Have you ever wondered why some people seem to carry light wherever they go, while others are trapped in endless darkness? It's not about luck or destiny. It's about something far more powerful that lives inside each one of us. This is the story of a discovery that will change how you see everything. In a quiet village where time moved slowly and dreams felt distant, there lived a woman everyone called Dadi. She was neither rich nor famous. Her hands were rough from years of work, her back bent from carrying life's weight. But there was something about her that made people stop and listen. When she spoke, worries seemed to fade. When she smiled, hope returned. What was her secret? She had learned the one truth that most people spend their whole lives searching for. One evening, a desperate young man named Arif came to her doorstep. His business had failed, his debts were crushing him, and his family had lost faith in him. "Dadi," he said, his voice breaking, "I've tried everything, nothing works. I wake up every day knowing I'll fail again. Tell me, what's the point of even trying?" Dadi looked at him with eyes that had seen their own share of storms. She said, "Arif, let me ask you something. Every morning when you open your eyes, what's the first thought that enters your mind?" He answered without hesitation, "I think about all the ways things will go wrong. I see my failures before they even happen." Dadi nodded slowly. "That's your problem, my son. You're fighting a battle that exists only in your mind, and you're losing before the day begins." She continued, "I once knew a farmer who had the worst land in the village, rocky soil, little water, and crops that barely grew. Everyone told him to give up, but every single morning, before touching his tools, he would stand in his field and say, 'Today, this land will give me something good.' People laughed at him, they called him foolish. But you know what happened? Year after year, his crops grew. Not because the land changed, but because his belief changed him. He worked harder because he expected success. He noticed opportunities others missed because his mind was open to possibility. His thoughts shaped his actions, and his actions shaped his reality." Arif listened, but doubt flickered in his eyes. "Dadi, that sounds beautiful, but I live in the real world. My debts are real. My failures are real. How can thinking differently change any of that?" Dadi smiled gently. "Your debts are real, yes, but the prison you've built in your mind is even more real. And that prison? You hold the key. When you wake up believing you're defeated, you move through the world as a defeated man. People sense it. Opportunities pass you by. But when you decide that today could be the beginning of something better, everything shifts. Not immediately, not magically, but steadily." From that night forward, Arif made a choice. Every morning, before fear could whisper its poison, he told himself, "I am capable. Today, I will find one solution." It felt strange at first, almost like lying to himself, but he kept doing it. And something remarkable began to happen. He started noticing things he'd missed before. A neighbor mentioned a small job. A friend shared an idea. Doors that seemed locked suddenly had cracks of light showing through. Within months, slowly but surely, his life began to turn. Not because the world changed, but because he changed how he met the world. This is the power Dadi understood. Your mind is not just a passenger in your life, it's the driver. Feed it fear, and it will take you to dark places. Feed it hope, and it will find paths you never knew existed. Every single person who has ever risen from the ashes, who has ever turned nothing into something, who has ever survived what seemed impossible, they all discovered this one truth. What you believe becomes what you see, and what you see becomes what you create. So I ask you now, what are you feeding your mind today? Are you rehearsing your failures or imagining your possibilities? Because the life you're living tomorrow is being built by the thoughts you're thinking, right now. The world doesn't owe you happiness, but you owe yourself the chance to find it. And it starts not with changing everything around you, but with changing one thing within you. Your thoughts. Change them, and watch how everything else follows. The power was always yours. You just forgot you had it.